Hey guys, John here, back again with more tips on how to get more from your website. So we've talked about client personas or client avatars and how to use them to speak to your ideal client and target those directly. We've also looked at lead generation systems and how we can use them to consistently bring leads into the business. But today is a slightly new topic and I want to focus on your website itself. So when visitors come to your website, you'll probably find a very small percentage of them may buy your service or product. A few of them may contact you. It depends on what you're selling, but it may be that you require them to give you a call, or arrange an appointment, or book something. So generally, unless you're extremely fortunate, you'll find that only a small percentage of visitors actually convert into a lead or a sale. But there are things you can do to increase that considerably. Some are just small tips of placing the right call to actions, etc. And others are about systems you can implement to do this. So we're going to hop onto the screen now and we'll have a look.
So here we are on a site called Genie.co. This is a company I've been chatting with. If you're watching Genie, I'm not picking on you, just using you as an example. So they've got some great things going here. They've got some good call to actions. They've got a chat box here. But today, what I want to really look at is email. And the big reason for that is simply for most services and often products, especially if they're high value, you will find that people that visit your site are very unlikely to buy on the first visit. If you're lucky, they may come back a few times and then purchase. But what do you do with the visitors that come to your site and they may be interested in your product, but they're just not quite at that stage where they're ready to commit either to a call or a purchase or whatever your conversion is, that they're just not at that space where they're ready yet. How do you get their attention and prevent them from going away without finding out anything about them? How do you make them a prospect? So that's where email comes in. And when I spoke to a lovely lady from Genie, we spoke about this and she said, oh yes, we've got an email sign up form. So there's nothing on the homepage. And I just had a quick look before this video, so I didn't have to waste too much of your time. To find the email sign up form, I have to visit the blog and scroll down, and there we go. Now I can subscribe to their newsletter. So the odds of somebody, unless they really desperately want to find out more, the odds of somebody going to the trouble of visiting the blog and scrolling down to the bottom of the page to subscribe to their newsletter, to be honest, are pretty slim. So what can you do to increase those odds? I mean, yes, you could have an email sign up box on every page. That will help. And I've got a version of this on my own website. I've got a little mail icon here with a pop-up that says, come join my wonderful email list. And that's okay. But generally, if you want people to agree to receive emails from you, we all get far too many emails and too much spam. And so to get somebody to actually want to receive your emails, you have to offer them something in return. So what can you do? Well, this will depend on the service or product that you offer and the price point that it sits at. But in most cases, there will be something that you can offer website visitors for them to agree for you to send them emails. And once you can do that, then you can have them in a lead generation system, see my other YouTube videos, where you can warm them to whatever it is that you're offering, that whether that's to book a call or make a purchase. But if they're not at that stage, then you need to do something to convince them to stick around. So we've looked at this. That's one option, but it's not the greatest option. If we scroll down here, I don't want to make this too prominent because I'd rather they look at my content first. But I have two lead generation systems here. One is for those interested in web design, and this is a guide that helps them make sure that their website project is a success and that they don't pick the wrong one, etc. The other one here is about bringing incoming leads. And again, we've talked about lead generation systems, and that's what this relates to. So I've got this at the bottom of my homepage. And if we visit my web design page, you can see I target it a bit more heavily. So I've simply got come and download this. So they're thinking about getting a new website. They've seen how I operate. They're not sure yet if they're ready to buy. Okay, so what do I do here? If I'm not ready to buy, I'm not ready to get started yet. Do I disappear and go and look at another website, another web design service? If that happens, I've lost them. They're unlikely to come back. But if so, okay, well, yeah, maybe I'll take a look at that. And then they're in my email system. Doesn't mean they're going to become a customer, but they are a potential lead, and I have the opportunity to tell them more about how I can help them. If we move over to my marketing, we can see that I've removed the web design one. If we just get there, sorry, there we are. And so this is purely about getting leads, because we're talking at marketing now. So I'm just targeting my lead generation system to the content that they're currently looking at. And similarly with my blog. So here's my posts, and like with most blogs, it's split into categories. So here is one that covers mainly marketing. So it's in the marketing category, as you can see from this URL. And this one has a category of web design. So if we go into the marketing blog category, you can see at the bottom of this post, this is actually all about lead generation. So this is what you do once you've got their email. But if we go down to the bottom, we can see there is that same guide, generate leads, because it's a marketing post. If we go back to the blog and look at this one, we can see that's actually more to do with the web design. So when they get to the bottom of this one, because they're looking at web design based content, 5 steps to a winning website. So it's really just a case of making sure I target the right lead generation system or the right offer to the right content. And there is a big difference in doing this than having some optional sign up form, because whilst there may be a few people that says, oh yeah, I kind of like this website, I'll sign up to their emails. In reality, the percentage of your visitors that do that is going to be exceptionally small. Whereas if you're giving them something of value, where they can say, oh yeah, actually, that would be really useful, then they're far more likely to not only sign up, but actually want to receive your emails. Now, what you offer them, it really depends on your service or product that you're offering, but it could be a free ebook or free guide, could be a workbook, it could be a free template, or it could be a discount. If it's a product-based business, then it could be 10% off your first order. You've probably seen that on many websites that you visit, but it's a reason for them to want to receive your emails. This video is, well, it's really about CRO, conversion rate optimization. And people get scared of this because it's usually very data-led and involves lots of analysis. But this next few videos, I'm going to be looking at CRO, but in a non-jargon and non-technical kind of way, because whilst data is important and we make improvements based off data, you need to set a baseline and you need somewhere to start. And you can use at least best practices to make big improvements into the way your website brings in business. So this is one example of that. And in the next few videos, we're going to look at more things you can do with your website that aren't too technical to help you convert more of your visitors into leads. Okay, I hope that helped. Take care, and I will see you next time.